conception, dictionary always will send you to Adventist religion or sex. So that's explain it as becoming or coming for a different time.
So
in literature, it's not used that way.
advantage and defilement is the same, is a little bit similar, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Advantage as defilement is similar, right? Meaning.
Well, defilements is one meaning, but adventitious is something else.
Adventitious describes what type
Of
of
defilement
defilement
it
it
is.
is. Yes, but adventitious here only means that it is not because of a karma or not because of karma. It only means that it comes, and it comes, that's all.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean because of what reason, because of karma or karmic or non-karmic. So we just mean that.
So my point in the morning was that if everything is interdependent,
Right.
even virtuous or negative emotions or whatever it is,
Mm.
it cannot be, it's not possible to come from nothing. It is not possible to come from like chance. It should be connected, it should be compound, it should be interdependent. So even taking that conception, everything is interdependent. It cannot just, philosophically, it cannot be just by chance. Because nothing originated by chance. That's the point I was making. Even I was giving an example that as we was in the text, even you can be in that Buddha nature state, or Mahabuddha state, but some obstacles come to you. That doesn't come because something happens by chance. Those obstacles became related to some past karma.
So this actually defilement is
Like obscuration.
obscuration. Yeah, obscuration is temporarily obscured by advantage defilement. It is like actually there has cause, but it comes like just like sometimes in the sky or the clouds, but the usually actually there has causes condition, but advantageous defilements comes like kind of a clouds, right? Cover the sun. We're seeing the like comes just boom.
But then the idea of land is good when it's random, because that doesn't mean random is dependent. Random also can have interdependent connections, but is it the random?
Random doesn't mean, random does not mean it just happens with no cause.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything happens with cause.
That's what I'm saying.
Randomness is taking initial conditions and seeing what happens. It's not something coming from nowhere.
That's what I'm saying.
So random is like just comes, but just we're seeing the comes, but we're not seeing the cause condition, right? But actually there has cause conditions. So then that's the same thing, right? Advantageous. Random and advantageous the same, right? Yes or no?
Here, the way I understand it, these defilements, we have these defilements because they happen, and I'm thinking of the word, down the meaning of happening by chance, and so people can get confused because of by chance. Okay, but it means unplanned, it just comes. And the defilements that just come all of a sudden.
It's like rain. Rain comes from somewhere.
That's
You
right.
wake up and you
That's
say,
it.
oh, it's
Just
raining.
right.
You know it's going to rain.
Right.
The rain came from somewhere.
Right. If it just means that the rain comes and then it goes deepos, and where does it come from? The clouds. Where does it come from? And it never ends.
Yes. But it's not by
So
chance.
We are not.
But not by chance, like but random means we're seeing that, but we're not talking about the cause.
That's right.
Okay, actually there has a causes, right?
There is a course.
Okay, so then how about the random and the advantage you ask is very similar? So then okay or no? Advantage you ask is like we're seeing that, but we're not seeing the cause. You know, we're seeing what comes. So defilement is it comes that we're seeing that only, but we don't seeing the cause. Yeah, but actually that has a cause.
That's right.
Okay, then it's I think okay, this word. You know.
Beyond that limit, there is no end.
Okay. Okay, so then we go follow, okay, again. Advantage to us is we question mark, okay? We can maybe next time find better words or something. Defilements. The advantageous, so similar, right? Advantageous, advantageous, yeah. The advantageous obscurations described here are divided into two categories. So now this obscuration has two obscurations, two different obscurations. So now it's really going to philosophy way, okay? It's a little bit hard, so you must have to have patience. It's going to more deeper direction.
Oh.
Deeper means
There is a word for it. It's extrinsic. Extrinsic. That means outside of. That is more have more sense. Extrinsic from. That is more sense. Instead of being something that is intrinsic, that means something that is innate. This is extrinsic. That means for other causes that probably are not completely explained or not. They're not innate.
Yeah, actually, I can understanding this translation advantageous obscurations, right? In Tibetan, these words say exactly the same way. It's just come suddenly obscurations. You know, come suddenly obscurations. Where is it coming suddenly? The Buddha, the reason is the not talking about the no causes. Yeah, we just suddenly comes means like actually we have a nature that but suddenly obscured it for emotions. So
probably gives us very clear. It says extrinsic, which is the synonym of authentication.
Well, one of the other words I see here is unforeseen.
Yeah, it says, but it says not forming an essential part of a thing or arising or originating from the outside. So this is clear.
Obscurations are from outside.
Yeah, but this is extrinsic. That's why it's extrinsic.
Yeah, but extrinsic has a different connotation.
Unessential.
That's a different connotation, but adventitious in this meaning has a different connotation. It means just coming suddenly. That's all.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, don't investigation laws in there, because this I think it's a Tibetan word. It's like it's Buddha word. It's obscurations come suddenly. Actually, no nature. That means no nature. When our no nature is come suddenly obscured. So that's obscure meaning is like no sudden meaning. We're not talking about no causes and no conditions. Okay.
That is probably the best word.
Yeah.
Is that we use kind of more
the suddenly obscured
words because it's not clear.
Okay.
But how you explain it right now, it's really clear.
Okay. So then we say the suddenly obscurations.
Yes.
Okay.
Clear.
Yeah. The are divided into categories. Two categories. Okay. So not really hard. Okay. We're going to philosophy in the as explained in the treatise Made Mayataba. What is Nibaka? Distinguishing the middle from the extremes. So so this book also. This book also from the same is the Buddha Maitreya. Buddha Maitreya, he has like 5 subject books. So this all in Asanga. He received from the Buddha Maitreya, he bring in this world. So usually we say these books from Asanga, but actually Asanga he received from Buddha Maitreya. So Buddha Maitreya, of course, he is the disciple of Buddha Shakyamuni. Yeah. So now, in this book says, these are sure to be the obscuration of the negative emotions and the subtle obscuration to emanations. So sometimes it say the obscuration to the knowledge. or subtle obscuration to omniscience. The two different ways to explain, right? Subtle obscuration to the omniscience, the little bit hard. Actually, philosophy, we not say the subtle obscuration. The reason is obscuration of the negative emotion, obscuration to omniscience can purify together. Do you understand? So, if go to subtle obscuration, then first purify negative emotion, then go to the omniscience to obscuration to the omniscience, right? So this also in Tibetan Buddhism has lots of debating, not accepting each other. These words. The reason is to see we have the 10 levels of Bodhisattvas. So 10 level Bodhisattva. In the Gelug tradition, there's a Bodhisattvas, or the first Bodhisattva to, of course, we are like accumulation path. Then what is the second one is called Jolam, is accumulation path, and education path, seeing path, meditation path, no learning path. The 5 different paths, right? First is the accumulation path. So maybe example, we are in the accumulation path. The accumulation path also has like 3 different levels. Then always forget the second one is application path has 4 different levels. So then after that, seeing path is called Bodhisattva level. The Bodhisattva is absolute truth Bodhisattvas. Then meditation path is like first pimi, second, third, fourth, sixth, 7 pimi. So Gelug tradition say under the 6 pimi, all purify negative emotions. Then after that, purify subtle obscuration to omniscience. So then become Buddha. So Satya Nyingma Kagyu tradition not accepting that. So they said this is wrong. The reason is why it's wrong is the Kagyu and the Nyingma, these traditions, we are part of accumulation, engaging. Of course, they purify mostly negative emotions. And the seeing Pumi Bodhisattva purifying also obscuration to the omniscience too. Not only the purifying the negative emotion. So first Pimi Bodhisattva, actually they don't have much negative emotions. So then they're mostly purifying obscuration to omniscience, you know. Then of course there has a subtle obscuration negative emotions. First Pimi to 7 Pimi level. Very subtle obscuration of negative emotions. They don't have like coarse negative emotions. You know, coarse, like we seeing, like coming something, right? Emotions. They have still very subtle levels. Do you understand? So then first Pimi to all the way 7 Pimi level, they purify both. Of course, the obscuration to omniscience, they purify. Same time, the negative, subtle negative emotions. When at Pimi level, they purify subtle negative emotions. Subtle negative emotions don't have when get at level Pimi. They only purify the obscuration to the omniscience. So that's the Nyingma and the Kagyu say like that. But then Satya tradition say totally different. Okay, Satya tradition say when Bodhisattvas get first Pimi level already purify negative emotions, no more negative emotions. First Pemi Bodhisattva. The only purified going to Buddhahood is obscuration to omniscience. do you understand? So there are all three differences there, right? It's a little bit hard, you understand, yeah? But especially Satya and the Gelo tradition become too extreme explained there. Yeah.
But actually, I understand it as it is just like a flow of river of water. Flow.
Yeah.
And it is a stream. It is just like a stream.
Mm.
The stream has mixed of the obscuration of negative emotions and obscurations of omniscience. But some traditions will consider the lower levels of negative emotions, obscurations, and the high level are the obscurations of omniscience. So you have to eliminate negative emotions first, then finally you come to the higher level and you
Obscuration.
take care of the obscuration to omniscience.
Omniscience, yeah.
But with some other traditions, you kind of mix.
Yeah.
So from the low level, you have both kinds of obscurations, one more than the other.
Yes.
So you gradually lessen one and improve the other.
Yeah, so this is the lots debating for philosophers. Then they go to the, you saying the Nagarjuna, Asanga, and Buddha Shakyamuni, you know, majority teachings. They don't accept like each, like your lineage, lamas, what they bring, you know. If I saying Jigten Sunggu said that, they say no, denied, you know, I don't accept that. So then you have to bring like some Nagarjuna's, his words, or Buddha Shakyamuni. So the something very clearly Buddha said in 7 Pimi level has still have emotion, something, you know. So then the debating section is the biggest debated section area. Yeah, so then the scholars write many pages, like, you know, they write books for debating for this reason. Okay, so we don't have to go that. So we don't have to worry about first which one is come first, which one comes second, okay? So we practicing then naturally maybe going both purifying, you know.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because negative emotions cause obscurations to omniscience.
No, you mean your course, right?
Both happen,
Mm.
both take place, but the negative emotions also affect omniscience. So if you have a lot of negative emotions, then you lose omniscience. Omniscience.
This one, yeah, the first you have to recognize what is the negative emotion, what is the obscuration to omniscience. So then, okay, you can think about really can be the 7 level Bodhisattva has negative emotion, yes or no? So negative emotion is like which kind of negative emotion they has. So they all have to debate and, you know, research. There's lots here is the biggest subject. We don't have to go all these details. So why you may ask are the obscuration classed into 2 definitive categories. So no, we can ask question why there has 2 categories definitive, you know, these emotions, right? The obscuration, you know, 2 obscuration class into 2 definitive categories. Why have 2 obscurations? So reason is why they put 2 obscurations. Actually, in Jigten Sumgung Gonjek say only 1 obscuration. So Gonjek is always go like something different ways, you know. Makes like different directions go to saying something. So in the philosophy book, always recognize 2 obscurations. The reason is the highest goal to be attained by person or individual is twofold, namely. So we wanting 2 things. We have 2 goals. Our goal is 2. What is 2 is No. We wanted to become liberation, and we wanted to Buddhahood. So two goals in there. So liberation has two differences. Liberation free from samsara or Buddhahood. So we wanted free from samsara, we want Buddhahood, right? We have two goals. The goal is two here. The highest goal, not like temporary goal, to be attained by person or individual. It's twofold, namely, all beings wanting two different goals. So then the attainment of supreme liberation from samsara and the attainment omniscience Buddhahood. We have these two goals. So people who practice and meditate, contemplate, study Buddhism Dharma, and contemplate, meditate, that we want this highest is these two goals. Attainment of supreme liberation from samsara and the attainment omniscient Buddhahood. So out of these two attainments, what is it that obstructs our attachment of liberation from samsara? Yeah? Negative emotions. Of these two attainments, what is it that obstructs our attainment of liberation from samsara? So negative emotion, obstacle liberation, attainment of liberation. So you purify negative emotions, obscurations, we can become liberated from samsara, but not yet Buddha. Okay? So then it is the negative emotions, see? That is the negative emotion. So negative emotion obscuration lead to, right? The free from samsara, free from suffering, free from liberation. So the born from the grasping, so where this come from, negative emotion, where that come from? Negative emotion born from the grasping. What is the grasping means? I. I want, right? I. And mine. That obstruct us from liberation. So, see, negative emotion is block the free from samsara. And where is the negative emotion come from? Negative emotion come from grasping. What is the grasping? I and my. So you have that, then problem is obstruct us from liberation. Do you understand? See, that's why then become Hinayana and Mahayana, two traditions coming. The reason is, then really who want free from samsara, they're not thinking about some others. And they want free from samsara, and who really want to liberated practicing. So that is become called Hinayana tradition. Goal is free from they are free from liberation. No, they are what is it? Free from samsara, get liberation state. Yes.
I have for this result a lot of questions. You have just one slide. If I get the other one. In those two announcements, the first would be the attainment of the universal samsara would be the equalization aspiration to the bodhisattva, and the second, of course, is the Buddha. So that the first one would be at the level of the bodhisattva. Because innate.
So the Bodhisattva also part of that is a little bit harder. So ahara, ahara.
Yeah.
Ahara is a part this liberation. And the Pakika Buddha is in this liberation. Bodhisattva also have that kind of level, but they has a little bit different, little bit different the path. The reason is Bodhisattva not only thinking about this is a goal. So, of course, some Bodhisattva already purify this one, obscuration to the knowledge. Negative, this one, the obscuration of negative emotions. And subtle obscuration, two obscurations, right? In these two obscurations, arhats, Pakika Buddhas, means like Hinayana tradition, only want free from suffering. They're focusing, purify negative emotions. They don't thinking about subtle obscuration to omniscience. Okay? Bodhisattvas don't thinking about much purify negative emotion. They just wanted to help for others, and they're just purifying both. Going purifying both. So that's why the other is only work for that, right? Negative purify is like Arhat is more higher than Bodhisattvas, but Bodhisattva has more another qualities in Arhat has. Do you understand? So, like they have lots of good examples, but I'm not remember how to say. So anyway, like the reason is Arhats, they only work for purify negative emotion. So only does that, right? So others does lots. Bodhisattvas, not thinking about only negative emotion. They think negative emotion, I don't care because whatever I wanted to do some, purifying subtle obscuration and negative emotion, same time wanting to benefit more others. So they're more mind generated, right? Do you understand? So then this Arhat level, they purify negative emotion. Bodhisattva also purifying, but not purify everything. Until 7 Pimi level. 7 Pimi level, Bodhisattva purify negative all emotions, subtle negative emotions. Arhat's already purified, but Arhat has more obscuration to omniscience. Bodhisattva 7 level is already purified, omniscience lots already there too.
But that would be now that you're talking about this exactly, about the different religions. The Buddhists then really where that they are in or they are related to wisdom and method. That would be correct to say?
Yeah, they have more wisdom in the method.
In order to reach those Bhumi levels.
Yes, sir.
Then it's the wisdom and method that what the traditions argue about that because the wisdom and method are different in that tradition, each tradition.
Not that reason only. The reason is because they're just debating and like how to their understanding. Just we take up one word, we have lots ideas, different ideas, right? Same like that way. So
when is 10 Bhumis, why 16 Bhumis? I'm sorry to...
Which one?
Why is there some 10 Bhumis?
Yes.
16 Bhumis?
No 16 permits. No. Only 10 level permits. No. The Ahara, 16 Ahara.
16 Ahara?
Yeah. 16 Aharas. 17 scholars.
I have heard always 10 Bhumis, but...
No, not that permit. Permit is only 10 level permits. Yeah, 10 permits.
Yeah, 10 Bhumis.
Okay, so no, it's hard. I told you it's go in this level, not easy. There's 16 Bhumis here also. 60 for me is like, if the 12-16 level permits, but that's not philosophy, like follow that, you know. Some Vajrayana teaching has talked about 16 something. That's the really no generally Buddhism follow like that. Okay. Yeah.
Because I have heard the 10 that was.
10 is like always.
Confusion.
Yeah. It's sometimes like you in the Vajrayana some different, you know. There really no general teachings that talk about 16, 17. That they not really follow this, you know, same, the different method.
That's again method.
Yeah.
Method is yeah.
What does say 16 permits?
He said, well, the 10 movies, then 13 movies, 16 movies, 21 movies, according to Anuyoga. That is
yes, yoga, yeah, something.
From Asanga. Asanga who wrote the Bodhisattva.
Yeah. So we don't go that direction. This is the some, you know, some special teaching we say.
Probably how this is explained. So this term is used when referring to the stage of practitioners traverses to the path of enlightenment. There are 8 bhumis on the path of basic vehicles, the 10 bhumis of the Bodhisattva path, with the 11 being Buddhahood and the 13 in the Tatrayana. The Dzogchen teachings sometimes speak of 16 bhumis.
So we follow that one, you know, the general teaching. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, general teaching is better, you know, then you can discussion everyone. You go to some specifics, some the group accepting, but other groups don't accept much. Yeah, they say, okay, this is your, you know. So now you are and my the obscure track from liberation, yeah? So this is the negative emotion that come from is grasping. Long as we have grasping, we have negative emotions. We have a purified grasping, there's no negative emotion. Yeah. So the arhats, they don't have grasping. And also first permit Bodhisattva, they also purify grasping too. So negative emotion, they purify already. So then what is it that obstructs the second attainment? The attainment of omniscience. It's Buddhahood, right? So see, it is the ignorance of not actualizing the nature of a phenomena. So now second is omniscience, is Buddhahood. What is the obscuration there? It is the ignorance of not actualizing nature of phenomena. So we know, recognize nature of phenomena is nature of phenomena emptiness. Yeah. So emptiness also you have to know the form is empty. Empty is form. Seeing the object is not really existed, inherently not existed. It's just cause conditions arise, compound of together phenomena, right? Everything is impermanent, nothing is permanent there. So if we not recognize the reason is we have ignorance. Long as we have ignorance, we have subtle obscuration to the knowledge. So that's what we have to know. Then these two obscurations lead to the grasping at a self-nature of person and grasping at an inherent nature of external phenomena. So the two graspings arise. The reason is we have these two obscurations. These two obscurations come from two different graspings. The first one, like grasping at the self nature of the person. Self nature of the person means I and my. So this is I, this is my, is all called self nature of a person. Long as we have that, we have negative emotions. Okay? So our hearts meditate selflessness of phenomena. And Bodhisattvas not only meditate selfless of phenomena, they meditate in emptiness. They not only work for specific selfless of self nature of the person, you know. Bodhisattvas work for more general. Do you understand? Yeah, both, yes. Bodhisattva does both. They are grasping at inherent nature of external phenomena. So, grasping at inherent nature of external phenomena means this is the house, this is the car, this is the mountain, trees, rocks, water, you know, they're all seeing the object. It's called external phenomena. Duality, yeah, delusion, duality. So long as we have duality, then we have subtle obscuration to the omniscient. Do you understand? Okay, so that's it. So these two obscuration, these two obscurations lead to the grasping at two, come from these two. Until this grasping at the rareness of self and the rareness of phenomena is released. Release means purify, right? Yeah, under this grasping at the rareness of self and the rareness of phenomena is released. The two obscurations are there in the Maya Minka Rena Alan middleway treatise Mala of Jewels Umarinchin Timas. So this is the Nagarjuna's teaching, the middleway. So it's Nagarjuna, he said, it is explained. So as long as there is clinging to a body, there is a self-clinging. So know what is the self-clinging, what is the clinging phenomena, right? That these two dividing, you know. As long as there is a clinging to a body, there is a self-clinging. So body means I and my. If there is a self-clinging, then there is karma, and from karma comes rebirth. Self-clinging, because clinging, long as we have self-clinging, then we create karma. The reason is you have I, then you have others. So you are attached to I, then hatred to others, create the karma. So then karma take to the samsara and the rebirth. That's why we purify self-clinging. Then even we don't get Buddhahood, but we are no need to reborn samsara, free from samsara. Yeah. Make sense or no? Yeah. So that's the Nagarjuna, his text. So now it's explained. It has thus been taught that as long as we have a grasping at a self, we will not be liberated from samsara. Yeah, we have this problem, then we cannot be free from samsara. If you want to know where the self-grasping can be released or not, so now we have to we understanding, long as we have a self, we cannot be free from samsara, right? We can self is, we can purify or not. If self is self-clinging, we cannot purify, there's no any antidote, then your practicing, our practicing is how to say, useless, right? Not going to get any result. But now the Buddhism philosophers research this. Self-grasping is permanent or not. Self-grasping has antidote or not. So research, then see Buddha already talked before we have like one word as debating, right? Disagree. So that is all advantage as defilement comes suddenly, right? So not really nature. That's why we can purify it. If defilement, the grasping is a mind nature, then we cannot find any solution. The Buddhism says that's all temporary. Defilement, right? Defilement, advantage to us. Defilement, yeah? So, obscuration is all just suddenly come, not really mind nature. So that's why we can purify it. Self-grasping can be released or not, so we have to research this. You can find the answer through many scripture verifications and through reasoning as expressed in the Madhyamaka and the Paramana. So then the teaching revealed the antidotes to help us actualize this by showing how to meditate and cultivate loving kindness and so forth. So now we found the solution from the Buddhism, see the teachings, the answer through many scriptures, right? Many Buddha's teaching, many different kind teachings, they're already researched, already solution for that. Do you understand? So that's why we can purify it through reasoning as expressed in the Madhyamika teachings, reveal the antidote to help us actualize this by showing how to meditate. So then cultivate loving kindness, so forth. Loving kindness is an antidote to grasping. Grasping means like thinking about only I, right? Loving means thinking about others. So these two opposites become. So I is all the causes of suffering. Loving, so thinking about other is causes of happiness. So that's the Buddha found.
And meditation is to eradicate obscurations to the omniscience.
What do you say?
So here we find the antidotes.
Mm.
Doing two things. Cultivate loving kindness, that is to eradicate grasping, self-grasping,
Mm.
the loving kindness, the antidote.
Yes. Yeah, the
How do we
loving kindness.
meditate?
Yeah, meditate. So
As an antidote to obscurations, to omniscience.
this loving kindness is antidote to self-grasping, right? But loving kindness also really cannot purify subtle the obscuration like grasping. The reason is, of course, loving is for the coarse antidote, coarsely antidote. The reason is becomes a love, compassion for others, and that time is not thinking about I, right? So the antidote, but self-grasping, coarsely antidote. Then all the way go into the subtle level, love, compassion, keynote antidote to self-grasping. Self-grasping is like thinking about I is permanent. So then meditate emptiness, antidote to grasping. So subtle level is only through meditation, purifying. Meditation like emptiness meditation. Yes. Loving kindness, compassion, meditation, subtle down. But then still in there. When you get contradictions arise again. So you meditate emptiness, then subtle is removed. You never can come back again. So that's the true true antidote. As well as the antidote to completely uproot self-grasping through the wisdom that realizes selflessness. So true wisdom is like emptiness. Completely uproot of self-grasping through the wisdom that realizes selflessness. Yeah. According to Buddhist scriptures, the difference between the three vehicles or yanas. So now we have three vehicles, three yanas, right? Relates to the different approaches to purifying these two obscurations. So the purifying, the approaching different ways to purifying obscurations. Yeah, so anyway, like Hinayana tradition also want to purify, Mahayana also purifying, but different approachings. Make sense or no? Very hard, right? Approaches to purify these two obscurations. So now the Shavaka, Hearers, and the Pakika Buddha, solitary realizers, if the individual liberation path, so that take only individual liberation path. They don't think about much omniscience of Buddhahood. Okay? So if they want to only individual liberation path, they want to purify emotion, right? Negative emotion. So then where the negative emotion come from? Negative emotion come from self-grasping. So then they're only finding solution for self-grasping. The reason is because they want individual liberation path. Yeah. Then meditate solely on the selflessness of the individual person. See, then the individual person, they meditate on the selflessness of phenomena. They recognize no self, like no soul permanent. They recognize emptiness. Selflessness means like emptiness, right? Meditate solely on the selflessness of the individual person. As an antidote to the obscuration of negative emotions. See, they purify negative emotions, through which all the negative emotions are exhausted. So, and it is become impossible for them ever to fall back into samsara. Then they cannot come back because the reason is they don't have a causes of samsara. So already causes take out. You cannot come through, right? The purified negative emotion, they cannot come back to in samsara again. Yeah?
This sounds a little bit negative though. It becomes impossible for them ever to go back into samsara. It sounds like if they wish to go back, they cannot.
They don't have. Even that means like that they didn't keep falling down again.
So when they are free from samsara, they will not go back into the cycle again.
No. because they don't have a cost to buy reborn again in samsara. No karma to born. So we are reborn in samsara. We have a strongly habituate, samsaric habituation, and we have self-grasping. That's why we reborn in samsara. These ahats already purify self-grasping. They have realization, selflessness of phenomena. No, they cannot reborn in samsara again.
So if they are out of samsara, they're free from samsara, where are they? They are not yet in Buddhahood.
Yeah, they're somewhere stuck. Yeah.
Where are they?
But the good place is stuck.
Stuck in a good place, but not yet the Buddha.
No, yet Buddha. That thing no need Buddha too. That tradition that say Buddha is not possible. They're only thinking about the hardship.
That's the highest goal.
Yes, that is the highest goal for them. So Mahayana teaching say no, there's no highest goal. Buddha only teach for the who really want liberated. That's why Buddha taught that there is not really the final goal. So Mahayana take to our goal is liberation of omniscience.
That's why it's called small vehicle. That's why it's called a small vehicle.
Yes, yeah. Lower vehicle or small vehicle or something. That's the Pakchika Buddha and the Shavakas has a little bit different way to get this liberation, but both are called Hinayana. And the difference is Pakchika Buddha, not only this life they're practicing, they have some already previous life already practicing lots. So in this life, they have a different, we talk about families, right? Buddha families. They have a different families. Like they don't want to be with all the group together. They don't want to, they don't want to practicing with the group. And then they have a little bit pride. And then they actually has already teaching the previous life, and easy to, in this life they're teaching easy to keen understanding, but then they don't have compassion much to others. Then they want to practice only themselves solitary. That's why called solitary realizers. That kind called solitary realizer, Pakchika Buddha. Pakchika Buddha means the not same as Buddha, better than heroes. So in the between there, that's why called in Tibetan words Rang Sanje. Rang Sanje means like intermediate, intermediate in between there. Yeah. So better than solitary realizers, lower than Buddha. But it's still there are Hinayana. Okay? So actually, no, you know, also in that kind of family we have, you know, some people, the receiving teachings, only some Sadhguru Lamas, and then they don't go with much sanghas together, you know. And then some has a little bit pride, and then they don't want to share much for others' information. They want to keep themselves. So we have like some sanghas like that. That also belong to their family, you know. Do you understand? Yeah. So this, I don't know, this camera is going all the way, many, lots of information. So I don't want to go lots of information. So we have one translator, her name is Arima, you know Arima? Maybe you know her, right? So she's kind of a little bit different. I told Gachin Rinpoche, she's belong to Pakika Buddha family. So Rinpoche thinking about a little bit, yeah, that makes sense. He said, this really makes sense, you know. So she is totally different, you know. So that's kind of people, you know, maybe some people know her, some people don't know. So really they belong to like that kind of family, you know. So then, of course, the Mahayana family means like want to be with the people, wanted to have for more compassion, you know, thinking about more others. That's called Mahayana family. Then some people only like scared. They're thinking about their own something going wrong. I'm going to do mistake. I'm going to do something wrong, you know. So then they're like not thinking about other way to nervous, but thinking about their own something going to make problems. Do you understand? That kind of person is called Herer's family, you know, Herer's family. Herers wanted to be their perfecter, you know, and that be one of their own, doing something good, you know.
The motivation is their fear of samsara. They want to get out of samsara.
Yes, yeah.
Fear it so much.
Yeah, fear of samsara, and also they're just thinking about, you know, their own, like wanting to, like example, you come in the temple right away, they're low in the place, and they're like, okay, this place I wanted to see it, you know. They don't think much others, like, I want to be this, right? So that's kind of like people, it's naturally Herers like family, you know. So we all has different kind of families. Yeah. So then some is like Tibetan called Mangipar is like uncertain families, many uncertain families. So uncertain means like dependent, you know, all is become dependent. You are your teacher, your group is become Mahayana practitioner, you follow that. Your group is like all other side is you go the other direction. Or your group is become different belief, religions, they go different, you know. They don't have like really just follow by the just in their area, tradition way. That's called the uncertain families. Yeah, but the family means like they have the kind of family, but they not yet get off samsara. The reason is that thinking about I want free from, I want get something, you know. Oh, I don't want suffering. Like that's why they're going to practicing. Reason is, do you understand? Then one day they can slowly board up the bird, you know, strong. Then can be liberated. The first that we can see the families, you know. Yes.
Just to be fair to the Theravada, to be fair to the Theravada school, the Hinayana, I remember that reading so many things. I think that the kind of concept of the explanation about the Dharma is that they are more realistic or objective about their goal, that they think that it's impossible to save all beings, so they concentrate more in the path in order to change something. This is what I remember. I was at some point I was reading, and probably does. I mean, to be fair, because if not, we will have that kind of wrong views about them.
Can you say again at the beginning?
Yeah, that they have
They who?
the Theravada,
Oh, Theravada. Oh, yes, yeah. Yes, yeah.
That they're more objective about their goal. That they think that it's too much.
Yes.
Think about too many.
Yes, yeah.
So they consider more. That's one thing. Another thing I remember that they said that the sutras. I don't know. Lance also can argue on this. So the sutras, in many of the sutras in Pali, do not mention the word or the Mahayana path. The Mahayana was later coming from the Hinayana,
right?
Because it was more ancient. So just to be fair with them, probably because they are stuck in that kind of vision. But still, I think it's not selfishness, but probably the kind of objective goal or more realistic, I would say. Just to be fair with them, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's there of course there has like that, you know. The thing also we call the Mahayana said the Theravada is the first teaching, you know, beginning teaching. The reason is like Buddha talked first. He wanted to training first. So first, like, you know, how to say, take free from suffering, right? And also Buddha wanted to help them just suit for them, you know, some easy way to understanding. If he talks to all other beings, emptiness, then that's too much for them. So
The idea of emptiness came later.
yes, sir.
The first lessons were the Four Noble Truths, that eightfold path.
Yes.
So they're used to practicing that.
Yes, yes. Yeah, emptiness is, he didn't talk first. Also, the emptiness after talk to Buddha nature. So they all has reasons why Buddha talked that. The first, because he didn't talk emptiness, is that time if talk to emptiness, they go to nihilism, you know. Then first have to teach karma cause and effect, moral conduct, right? So then you follow that, okay, your goal is like going to good. So they want something good in there. So Buddha talked emptiness right with then the no suitable, because the reason is Buddha first, he wanted to be separate from the Hinduism and wanted to talk karma cause and effect. If you're going to talk karma cause effect, you talk emptiness, then they think, oh, no karma. You know, no karma cause. Emptiness means that nothing. Then they no follow the karma, you know. So then Buddha, he cannot make separate from the Hinduism. Do you understand? So reason also that's one. So then karma cause and the effect, basic conduct, morality, teachings, and then talk about some goal in there. So take that part. And then slowly, that time he told, of course, impermanent. Don't attach to object much because everything is impermanent, or it's going to go away. Whatever you created, one day it's all gone. You cannot take with that. That is Buddha teaching there, right? But Hinayanas also, they don't recognize that as emptiness. So they're not impermanent. Then, see, Buddha, before pre-nirvana, he talked to emptiness teaching. Many soul hearers, the close eye, ear, you know, close ear. Do you understand? So in the sutra, some sutra say that, especially heart sutra means heart attackers are harassed. So then Mahayana practitioners, that time understanding actually impermanent and emptiness is not much difference. Really actually same, you know, impermanent. Everything is impermanent, then of course everything is emptiness. Impermanent meaning is not really inherently exist. So emptiness meaning also no anything impermanently inherent existed, right? So what happened problems, Hinayana's emptiness means cannot see there. I cannot see. Even I seeing some object, there's a, is in there, no emptiness. They don't accept emptiness. The emptiness words is complicated. During the Buddha time and until now. Really. So that's why Buddha, when he talk emptiness, also many aharas close ear and heart attack, right? And then what happened? There going lots of things going on. Then also after Buddha passed away, during the Nagarjuna time, Nagarjuna debating non-Buddhism, more non-Buddhism than he debated with Hinayanas. Hinayanas, Nagarjuna didn't accept. They say he is the nihilism, not Buddhist. So then Nagarjuna, you read this all the Mayamika texts. Even you Shantideva's book, see, Way of Bodhisattva, he debating with laws for in the Theravadins. Of course, he first debating with all the non-Buddhism, right? But then he debating with the laws, Theravadins. The Theravadins no accepting emptiness. So what the Theravadins say, Nagarjuna, they are all nihilism. The reason is they don't have a karma cause and the effect. Why? They say emptiness. That person no accepting karma. Karma is they say emptiness means nothing. No karma for them. See, then Nagarjuna debated with Hinayanas. The karma is emptiness. That's why we have a karma cause and the effect. Karma is no emptiness. Emptiness opposite is permanent. Right? Opposite, yeah, opposite. Like, opposite is permanent. So karma is permanent. Then karma, how can be created? Permanent, we cannot create it. Permanent cannot change. If no change, even you create something causes, never come result. So that's why Nagarjuna told them is karma is emptiness. That's why karma work, the reason is karma is interdependent. Interdependent is emptiness. Emptiness is interdependent. So lots of debate there. Nagarjuna, they also see more debate than the Hinayana. It's like non-Buddhism than Hinayana. It's more debate with them. So they make more harder, very difficult for Nagarjuna and these teachers. So Nagarjuna, when he teach the Mahayana, that time in India, not so many Mahayana practitioners. It's mostly Hinayana tradition.
That's why he wrote the Madhyamika Kakarika.
Yeah.
The Madhyamika Kakarika is all about emptiness.
They have 6 different books, 6 different teachings, kind of 6 books, different teachings. They're all debating with more for Hinayanas.
Is this why Nagarjuna is often referred to as the second Buddha?
Yes, sir.
Because he taught now the Mahayana.
Yeah, that's the recognized second Buddha is called Nagarjuna, second Buddha. He spread out all the Mahayana teachings in the world.
But the basis of the Mahayana teachings is the Hinayana teaching.
Yes.
You can't have the Mahayana without having the Hinayana.
Yes.
Right?
You say again? You say.
I say the basis of the Mahayana teaching
Yes.
has to be the Hinayana teaching.
Yes.
The discipline and so on.
Yes, yes.
From the Hinayana.
Yeah.
So it's not changing it, it's not negating it, it's not
Yes.
saying it's not valid or anything, it's saying it is very valid, and on that we build this understanding.
Yes. So that's why we don't have to take way to Hinayana teaching, right? Theravada's teaching is best on first. Step that, then go to the Mahayana teaching.
It's like Mahayana is a realization of the Hinayana.
So yeah, Mahayana is, the Hinayana difference is Mahayana look for more than body, speech, more, mind is more principle than body, speech. Hinayana means like body is principle than mind and speech, especially body is mostly principle and then speech, and then mind. So that's why 10 non-virtues, first starting body, speech, mind, right? So the reason is followed by the 10 non-virtuous is Hinayana tradition way, Theravada way. See, that's why body is first.
That's why they stress more on morality, on the
Yes.
precepts.
Yeah, they're only more focused for object too. Object is like, okay, this is the bad, you cannot do. So everyone cannot do, right? So that's the law. So the kind of government makes law, okay, everyone bad. So then Mahayana comes. Mind is principle. Body is speech or servant. So mind is principle. If we cannot say everybody cannot do. So depending individual. Do you understand? So individually, I cannot do, but maybe you do is become virtuous. I do is non-virtuous. Like that, you know. Do you understand? So become individual, depending individual. We cannot say like 100% sure. Depending mind motivation, right? So then that's the differences. So I think that's why Mahayana is more higher than Hinayana means. Of course, the conduct also more higher than Hinayana. We also more higher means like Hinayana accepting impermanent, Mahayana more higher is emptiness. Right? Similar, but emptiness is more strong than impermanent. Then conduct is like focusing object than focusing motivation. It's more powerful. You think so or no?
You're right. And I think that we Hinayana people will not appreciate many of us discussing this way today.
But you know, we follow the monastery rules. We have to follow only Theravada tradition way. The reason is because Mahayana is, you cannot see the person's mind and motivation. So you cannot make rule that. And in all monasteries followed by the Hinayana tradition, the laws and the rules, we follow that. That's why I see most daily practitioners, like most means like special practitioners are, how to say, the fire from monastery. The reason is to follow the body, speech, not follow the mind, you know. The Garchen Rinpoche, 7th Garchen Rinpoche, he is a yogi, he is a fire from monastery. The people think his conduct is incorrect, the monastery, you know. But then after that, they regret and they ask him to come back. So Shanti Deva, see, Shanti Deva in Nalanda University, they fired. Chanda Kirti get fired too. See, because the realization people are not follow the object, you know. The seeing object is not distraction for them. No, they don't think it's important. Do you understand? See, Shanti Deva, when he's in Nalanda University, he only eat and go to restaurant and sleeping. other monks seeing only he does 3 things. So that's an incorrect. He is incorrect. He cannot get any offerings. We have to fire him. He cannot stay in monastery. But actually, he is the number 1 in the realization in there. See, they no recognize that, right? So then, also Chandakirti. Chandakirti in Nalanda University also same thing problem. So that's why they give him job for take care of the cows. Then they say that discussion board members, he is too lazy. He too lazy, you know, he never do anything. So we have to give something. He have to do something, you know. Then he cannot do that. He go away. So one method they wanted to get rid of him. The reason is that just you cannot kick out right away, you know. They say have to do something. Then he not going to do that. Then they know he go away. So they told him take care of cows. See, he accepted. He said, okay, I do. Then he's sleeping in his room. Why the cows have to take care, you know, India tradition, they get milk from cow, have to make the tea for all the monks. Have to make tea, you know, every day. Right now in India tradition, 10 o'clock one tea and 3 o'clock one tea. I think still that tradition kind of, you know. So I have to make tea, like sweet tea. Put a lot of sugar and milk in there and make hot, you know. Chapati, yeah. Make this tea is always very good there. So then he have to give milk is, you know, unlimited he give them. But he don't take care of cows. Then they're going to secretly found what he doing, you know. The Chandakirti, when he slept in the room, he draw cow on the wall. Yeah, picture, and he draw just his hand, draw, and then just he get milk from the draw cow. Yeah, the reason is you have realization emptiness. Same rare cow and draw cow is same for him, you know, no difference. Do you understand? So we have dualistic thoughts. That's why the block or the power.
He got the real milk from the picture.
Yeah, just picture he draw, you know, something in the cow in the water. So it's everything is interdependent. Right, he can get it because he has a realization emptiness. So you have a realization emptiness. Rare cow and draw cow are no difference for him. We have difference for us. That's why we can't get milk from draw cow. Okay, don't do next time. No testing either. Okay. So then they recognize he is special. So then he wrote the book of middle way path, Mayaminka middle way path. Almost like 100 different commentaries. Middle way path, way of middle way path, Chandakirti book. In right now, Sheda, you know, in Sheda, the Tibetan, yes, the university, biggest subject, 5 different books. The one is of this, that his book. One is Chandakirti's way of Bodhisattva, and one is this morning we talk about Abhakala Alankara something. Abhakala Alankara. That is 3 dead books. Then Nagarjuna's root text of Mayaminka. And then some another teachers there has like some Vinaya book, and I don't know the Sanskrit the names. This scholars. And so Vinaya teaching Abhidhamma Vasabandhu, he wrote one Abhidhamma book. That books have become, right now we all Buddhism study God. They all come from them, Nalanda scholars. Okay? So what time is? 3:35. What you want to know, tell me. Yeah, see, the emptiness is like realization, it's, you can become, what we have right now is become different. In Malarepa, he has, you read his stories, one story, the Rechongpa and the Malarepa. Rechongpa, you know Rechongpa? Rechongpa is one of his very close disciples. But he didn't become holder of lineage. Gampopa is holder of lineage. The Gampopa actually know much with Malarepa. Gampopa. Rechongpa is always with him, Malarepa. So Malarepa really love Rechongpa. So they go together always. So then Malarepa, he is yogi, he is very famous. Then some, the Kadam tradition, the Gebshi, the philosophers think Malarepa is like really not Dharma person, he is doing something incorrect. Maybe like kind of he doing like even no realization, he's showing for realization, or how to call the person is like doing something is not really in there. How to call that kind of person, like the seeing Malarepa is like kind of the thing is he is not really Dharma realization practitioner. He is just liar, kind of maybe lying people and doing something. Huh?
False?
Yeah, false.
Like a demon?
No, not demon, but it's no monster, but it's yeah, that kind of.
Like a pretender.
Yes. Yeah. So people lost follow him. That thing maybe he is not like practitioner. So then the debating with Malarepa, right? There's some Kadampa gave his debate in Malarepa. So Rechongpa was his disciple with him, right? So Rechongpa so angry with them, the Kadampa gave his. Malarepa told him it's okay, just you don't have to worry. So Malarepa, he giving answers is Malarepa, the debating with him, Malarepa. So Malarepa giving answers is Malarepa giving for more inner, meditation answers, practitioner answers. But the other, philosopher, the Gebshis, they need like follow by the debating way to giving answers, right? But then that didn't satisfy. And Rechongpa also think my Lama is lost, debating, he not happy. So Rechongpa, he wanted to go to India, wanted to learn the philosophy, especially magic, and learn some, the called logic books, debating, only focus for debate. So he wanted to learn that. Malarepa, many times he said, denied that he don't go to India. So then one day, Malarepa, he not stop him to go to India, so he letting him go. So also, going India is good some reasons. Then Rechongpa went to India, he learned black magic, the logics, different kind he learned from India. He come back. Malarepa knows he coming back, so Malarepa receive him on, going to own somewhere, I don't know, So some place receiving him. Rechongpa, oh no, my Lama also respect me, you know, to receiving, and he has a little bit pride. So then he thinks my Lama has more practitioner, but I know the more Dharma. So he has pride. But then Malarepa know him. He has pride. Malarepa wanted to subdue him. So then Malarepa take him to all the way, like kind of very open, what they call meadow or no trees, no anything. Yeah, meadow, you know. He cannot hide any place. Like he cannot hide, you know, like very open. So then just that time, you know, they're just going on the road like yogis, you know. The yogis are like, if looks like same, is like just hippies going, you know. So then Malarepa told him on the road, the yacht homes, sometimes the yachts die, you know, the homes in there. So big homes, the Malarepa told him, we need this home. Rechongpa so angry. My Lama is really crazy. He sometimes already give up everything. He don't need anything. Sometimes even yacht homes also he wanted to take this. So he don't want to take, but he just no choice. He bring the yacht home with him together on the path. So then sun is shining, very peaceful, nice. Then on the road, suddenly, you know, Malarepa use power. It's clouded and the thunderstorm, big thunderstorm, and the wind blow and the thunderstorm. So Rechongpa is so much suffering. He almost wind blowing, right? Then Malarepa went to the yacht home. Do you understand? Yeah, he went to the inside of the yacht home. Yeah, the home is like kind of more smaller than this, you know. Of course, the bigger yacht has maybe roof in here has like some bigger, but in Go is very tiny. It's more smaller than this, you know. Yeah, it's the leg is a cow. Yeah, cattle. So home, right? Has hole. So Rechongpa, he's suffering outside and the wind blowing. He thought Malarepa already wind blowing, because Malarepa is very thin, you know. He's meditating, he don't eat food, right? Very thin, skinny. So he think Malarepa already blow. Well, then he's suffering because he tried to hold in low in the. Then he heard the song, realization song. His ear is Malarepa. Realization songs come to his ear is so strong. So then he suffers. He low everywhere. It's nothing there, and then thunderstorms a little bit less and less. So then he low there. It's only yacht home is there, nothing any other than that. Malarepa's the Dharma realization song is come to his ear is very clear. He's searching everywhere. He cannot find anything there. Only yacht home is there. He log into the yacht home. Malarepa is staying inside the yacht home, you know. Yeah. So that's it. Malarepa is no smaller, looks like same, you know. And the yacht home is no bigger, just same before. And Malarepa fit perfectly into the yacht home, in the yacht home. So he don't have any problem, thunderstorms, anything. So he's singing the realization song. Then he told the realization song, my son, if you are same as me, please come into here. Rechongpa tried to go in. He go in or no? No, because how can he go? He's too big. Yacht home is too small. No, he cannot have because he wanted to subdue him, you know, his ego. He have to subdue his ego. So then he cannot go. The reason is he don't have realization emptiness. He has a dualistic. His body is bigger than Yahong, right? Yahong is smaller than his body. So he has dualistic. He cannot go into the Yahong. Not possible, right? So Malarepa, he has power, realization emptiness. For him is his body and the Yahong is inseparable, you know. No difference. He don't have a dualistic, bigger and small, good and bad, you know. He has already equal the thoughts, same thing. So that's why he can go in to the Yahong. So then Rechongpa stuck in the outside. So then Rechongpa, he realized, so he's, you know, his mistake. Then he apologized, he did prostrations, he confession. See, that's all the called realizations. It's become not dualistic, it's same. Do you understand? So that's why in one very famous scholar, Genden Chimpu is, I don't know you hear it, he's also one yogi. He's very scholar in Tibet. Genden Chimpu. He died in the prison before Cultural Revolutionary War in Tibet. He is one scholar. He is not too long to ago die. He went to all the way in Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, everywhere in India. He went to pilgrimage and India. He wrote all the Buddhas, the Bodhigaya, Varanasi, and this. He went all this place. Before that time, not so many people going, you know. He went all this place. He wrote how many mileages each between, how to get there. And in that place, what there has, you know, he all wrote this. Right now, the pilgrimage people using his book. And then he wrote also some, not really politics, but he said like Tibetan, what he have to do. He wrote something, the books. That's why he went back to then he went back to Tibet. The government put him in prison. They say he has bad thoughts. But actually the Tibetan is going to lose country. He said he told have to join the UN something, you know, come together. But he is a very, very famous scholar. And he wrote the Mayamika book. And it's very beautiful poetry in there. So in that book, so then he talked about this non-duality, you know, the powers, non-duality. So then he said, what our eyes seeing, only this object we think is exist. What not seeing this eye we think not exist, right? So then, like same is like the insects, the eye seeing their own eye, therefore them only that exists for them, you know. So they no accept any other than that. Like kind of like he telling is like our five perception seeing this object only we think exist, that is truth. But actually not. They have something beyond in that. You know, like example, one day you get big eye here, and you seeing this all is different. Do you understand? So these all perceptions, he write very nice poetry and Mayamika teachings. I really like that book, you know. I don't think so have a translation to English, that one. So that book talks like all, you know, the non-dualistic makes how they become blocked everything. No dualistic, you know, dualistic thoughts blocked everything. It's become no door, it's like kind of open for everything, you know. So that's kind of lots nice things in there he wrote. So any questions? I think that better than this one is too hard for you. Which one? Through which all their negative emotions are exhausted and it's become impossible for them ever to fall back into samsara. So then ahara is not possible to come back samsara, yeah? However, since they have not perfected the meditation on the selflessness of phenomena, so they didn't have this practicing selflessness of phenomena. Emptiness, yeah. Selflessness of phenomena is like we seeing this, the houses exist, and these all objects exist for us, right? Selflessness of phenomena means what we see in this all object is delusion. So then that has more realization for emptiness realization, right? So now we talk about Malarepa. He has selflessness of phenomena realization. Then for him is this object are like all same, you know. All same meaning is like not really what we seeing something for useful for us. For them is nothing used for this. Do you understand? So like kids, very important for their toys, right? The kids, the children, kids, yeah, the toys are very important for them, right? To them, yeah. If they take away, they're fighting, anger, crying. So either seeing they are really, it's nothing them, right? Even sometimes we just play like, oh, I want to take this way, even not going to take way, but saying, oh, I want to take this. The kids are crying, no, you know, cries. They're losing something, yeah. So the practitioners are seeing us like that. So we are same as the kids, okay? Yeah, we are very young kids, too youngster. They do not become free of the subtle obscuration to emanations. So that means like Hinayana, these solitary realizers, hearers, do not become free of the subtle obscuration to emanations. So then Mahayana teaching say this during the Buddha Shakyamuni time, who has become solitary realizers, hearers and the solitary realizer, Pakika Buddhas, they are in some way stuck. It's called absorption meditation. Absorption meditation means you don't have any suffering, thoughts, emotions, and just stay in there. So they're not yet Buddhahood, but still the absorption meditation is completely peace and abide. No need anything. So when Buddha Maitreya comes, he doing this way, wake up them. Then they recognize, oh, no relief. They recognize that still have such an obscuration to emanations. So then they take into the Mahayana path to purify such an obscuration to become Buddha. Yeah. So that's why some solitary realizers in the one Mongolian and another come Ladakh, they found these bodies like this. It's still here, there, and long time already, thousands, almost years in there already. So no used to have like kind of, we have many secret place, right? Now it's digging everywhere, you know, destroying all the environment. So then they get something fine always. So any questions? We want to stop there or want to go more? Huh? Okay. Okay, so then we leave it today here, okay? So do the dedication together. The page 21, some is 22, I think. Yeah, it's 22, 23. Dorjen chan te lopa, naropa, marpa, malarepa, dama lodri gambopa, pamutupa, and lodri gomba. Please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessing of all the Kagyu Lamas. By this virtue may achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies' confusion, may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara, bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise, where it is unborn, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities spread far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri Devero realized the automic state, and as did Samandabhada, I will follow in their path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the truth of the unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the invisible Sangha order, may merit bear fruit. By this virtue collected in the three times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teaching of the Guru Degompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation, until the end of the samsara. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, Kanru, and lineage Lama, divine example of Yadams, and example of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis, and Dakinis, during the 10 directions. Please hear my prayers. By the power of this vast rule of virtue, may I benefit all beings with my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May thoughts of fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. And through that may I become a spiritual master with good quality, equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, and the providing clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death in the Pardo. For this realm, circled by snow-covered mountains, you are the source of every benefit and blessed without exception. Tenzin Jamso, you who are one with our Lokeshwara, may you remain satisfied until samsara end. And domain of the three precious jewels, Pema Panda, who holds the teaching of the Veritable One, seeing the all goodness meaning with the wisdom eye. May you who are spontaneously establish activity living long for hundreds of kappas. Noble Manjushri, the Lord of Speech, who manifests to hold the teaching of the trapezium, who arise the lamb of the sage's teachings. May you are the lake of Dharma living long for hundreds of kappas. The one knows in the Holy Land, the Arya Deva, eminent into gargling of Eastern Tibet as Chidempa, the hard sound of Jigten Sungu. May the life of glorious Garchin remain satisfied for 100 eons. In this age of strife, when the victor's teachings versus hardship through his powerful Vajra conduct, he takes on himself the heavy responsibility of the ambitious teaching. May Garchin, the son of teaching, living long. You who are okay, so now we go to Amideva, Amitabha, page 39, 38. Maho, in the center is marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless lake. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapane, the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the bliss for purling of Devachi. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking samsaric birth. May we have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power and the blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and the 10 directions, may we attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tiyada Penzandaya Avam Bodhanaya Soha Bodhicitta, the excellent and the precious mind, where this unborn may arise, where this born may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. So that's really good. Thank you, everyone. Mm-hmm.